Hey, great Thursday evening. It is an amazing evening in the city of Brownsville. Feels like pretty cool, pretty nice evening. It's actually was a hot day, not as hot as I thought it was going to be, but still not all that great out there. But you know, it is what it is. It's about that time. It's about that time where it's la canicula. Va a pegar la canicula. I still to this day don't understand what the canicula is. Va a pegar la canicula. Have y'all ever heard of la canicula? La canicula?
Yes.
What does it mean? Anybody? La canicula.
It's the shifting of the Earth's either axis or... No?
No way. You're making it up. I don't believe you. ¿Alguien sabe lo que es la canícula? Why do they call it la canícula? La canícula. I don't know. Anyway, so the weather was not all that it should have been, but again, it's not as hot as it could have been. So I guess that's great. Hey guys, how's it going? Good evening. Armando, my man, how's it going? Jeremiah, it's good to see you, my man. I guess one of the things that came out today, this evening, and we'll go quick into this, guys. We'll go quick because time is of essence. We did get the numbers come in for Cameron County. We did have 164 new positives for Brownsville and a total of 308 deaths in Cameron County. 308 positives in Cameron County with 16 deaths. 16 deaths. Again, still the numbers aren't accurate. There is no way. There's no way that we had 16 deaths in Cameron County. There's just no way. I would, if they were going to tell us there were 16 deaths in the city of Brownsville, you know, I might go, well, yeah, because that's my guesstimation calculation. But there's no way there's 16 deaths in the city of Brownsville. Anyway, one of the things that I guess the numbers can tell us right now is that you know, we're not over the Rona. It's still with us and it's still among us. Anyway, wanted to get that out of the way. Again, guys, hopefully we'll have Dr. Teresa Saavedra on soon. Monday. And, you know, guys, please, you know, be saving up all those questions. A lot of people have been asking a lot in regards to the vaccine that's coming out, that's being tried out in McAllen. Also, the Pfizer vaccine that's coming out in December. So, guys, you know, there is hope on the horizon. There is hope in the horizon, and I have faith that Dr. Saavedra will be able to share with us, you know, where we're at in regards to the Rona and, you know, where we're at in regards to, you know, moving forward with it. Tonight we have the pleasure of having with us AOB President Veronica Borrego and AOB TSCA NEA Organizer Ida Valdano. Veronica, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you. And, you know, this is the time for everyone out there to be on the busy side. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the emails that are being sent back and forth to a lot of our teachers and a lot of our staff at BISD that are very interesting and very telling. But again, it's good to have you here. And one of the reasons that I think it's great to have you all here is because, you know, today a lot of our administrators are going back onto campus. They did go back onto campus today. And as y'all have probably heard, I have, a lot of individuals are very, very, very concerned. Ida, good evening. How you doing, Ida?
I'm doing good. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. How's your day been?
It's been good. Busy as always. Lots of members with issues and things like that, but it's been going good.
Good. La canícula son los días más calientes. Yeah, but where does canícula come from? Hey, Laura! I just don't get it. La canícula. Canícula. I mean, I like the name. Canícula. Canícula.
I can tell you like saying the name.
Canícula. I'm going to be saying it. The hottest days. La canícula. Pero what does it mean? Where do you get canícula? Is it like canicas? Hot season. Yeah, but like, does anybody actually know what it means? I mean, I know that it means que está caliente la cosa. But where the heck there's a canícula? Canícula.
The raza comes up with the names.
No, it's good to see our union ladies on here again. They're always informative. Yeah, so we're expecting a lot of information tonight, especially because of everything that's going on. Dominique. Anyway, someone please do a Google search. Hey, LSR, how's it going? Someone do a Google search. The dog days of summer.
There you go.
That makes a lot of sense. Frankie, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good. I had a pretty eventful Thursday. Very busy. My day went by fast. Started off, you know, kind of somber with the news of BISD employee passing away. It's always, it's always sad to hear somebody, pass away, and more we've been getting these on our news feeds, on our messages for prayers. So it's different times. Death is a certain thing, but at such a rapid rate, it's very alarming. We have our congressman asking the governor for help. Relief is on the way. They've asked them to shut it down, so to speak. So we'll see how BISD reacts to this. It's already been 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken, BISD employees who have succumbed to this virus. We have yet to hear any, condolences on behalf of our superintendent. I wish that he would be more vocal. Perhaps he reached out privately, and if he did, I apologize for that. I would just like to have our leader to be a little bit more vocal, to let the community know that, hey, he does really care, but his actions unfortunately have told us otherwise. But other than that, it's been a good day at ERASMO. Just glad to have these amazing women on with us tonight. So I'm excited for today's show.
Great. And one of the things that Frankie did mention is, and I had the opportunity to speak about it during the morning show. We did lose one of our custodians out there at Stillman Middle School. And, everything that I was hearing today in regards to, Ms. Covarrubias is that, such an amazing individual, went far above and beyond, very proactive, loved by everyone at the school, loved by the students, very caring, always concerned. And, one of the big questions out there is, and we talked about it this morning, I was a little bit, it caught us by surprise. We expect to have a different type of show in the morning, just coffee chat, coffee talk. And it was, very, very taxing this morning. It was very, very taxing, the morning show. And, the rest of the morning was very, very taxing because, the death of anyone in our community weighs heavily on us. But the death of one of our school personnel, which has implications on not only our community, but also the children of our community, I think is very, very concerning. And that's one of the things I did mention this morning. We think that teachers being impacted, we think about other custodians being concerned, but the children, they establish relationships with a lot of our food service people, with our custodial staff, awesome relationships, and so again, it was a very sad situation. Again, my heart breaks for the Covarrubias family, for my Stillman Middle School family. But, let's go into some of the difficult questions that were being asked today, and I'm glad we have Vero and Ida here with us today. One of the questions that was asked this morning was, did the individual contract the coronavirus at school? And I will say that I did hear from a niece of Ms. Covarrubias. She actually posted on the page. She affirmed that, the individual got it on campus. And the only reason why I give it a little bit of credibility in regards to her contracting on campus is that it's not our only custodial staff, that has fallen prey to this. Not our only custodial staff that has been to the ICU. It's not our only custodial staff that we're concerned right now at this moment, at this time, in regards to their health and well-being.
Correct.
Vero, your take on it.
Well, I had a rough day before. At around 3:00, I had to watch my aunt's funeral on YouTube Live. She was a frontline worker. She was a respiratory therapist in Dallas, and she lost her life to COVID. And so this is very personal to me. The music teacher that passed away yesterday,
oh God,
worked at Sharp and Benavides, at Putenet. Amazing man. And like you said, those kids loved him. He was a DI coach. He was involved at Camille Playhouse. He was one of the best music teachers in the district. I mean, he was so much life in him. It is very upsetting to me that I just wonder if they have not been hit personally, and that's why it's not as big of a deal to them. But I can tell you that it was very hard, and I'm going to try not to cry, but it was very hard to watch my aunt's funeral on YouTube and not be able to be there and hug my cousins and, comfort. She was my madrina. She was my aunt. She was a beautiful person. And they're bringing her down here to bury her here in Brownsville. But even when they're going to be here, I'm not going to be able to be close to them or to, you can't. No. And so it fuels me in the sense that I'm not going to stop. People, this is not it. This is life and death. This is not it's very, very serious.
Very serious. Ida.
Exactly. And it's unfortunate that it has gotten to this point where we don't see the compassionate side of the district for what the employees are going through and their families. And it's going to make us advocate even that much more on their behalf for their safety. We have a lot of issues with, as you guys have seen, the PPE materials that are being sent out. And, we can't confirm at this point if that is related to what the custodians were using or part of their equipment that they were using. But it's very disturbing, and that the district hasn't even put out anything apologizing to the employees for that false sense of security that they might have had with using that equipment, thinking that it was safe and they were being protected. We have a lot of issues with that, and if they don't want to listen, we're just going to continue to have to push a little bit harder, because this isn't just a regular issue that a union is fighting for. This is a life and death thing, and one life was one life too many, and it's not right.
No, it's not right. One of my concerns is just the disregard, the apathy, in regards to not saying anything. Goodness gracious, we can't say enough. Literally, we cannot say enough. And, one of the things that a lot of people need to understand, if we're out here concerned and expressing our concerns, it's because there's 1,000 individuals behind us that, can't express, or, don't have this opportunity, don't have this platform out here. But let me,
or they're afraid, ERASMO.
Yes, retaliation. And unfortunately, as Ida mentioned, it has come to the point where it is a life and death matter. It is a life and death matter, because goodness gracious, guys, they promised to provide PPE, and goodness, a $600 million a year organization doesn't have the personnel to make sure that it isn't 9 years old.
Correct. And we've heard them talk about that for months, about all this PPE equipment that they were ordering and all of this stuff, and how everybody was going to be very well protected. And here we are 4 months into this, and the masks were barely passed out. They started getting passed out yesterday afternoon, and only because, again, we continue to put pressure on them, and as well as some sanitizers. But we had issues that the first round of sanitizers were expired and only to be picked up and replaced with some more expired hand sanitizer wipes or something like that. It's not a joke. It doesn't take a lot of common sense that, that they need to be watching out for that. Yeah. So if they're not able to do it, then they need to find people who can.
Yeah, and it's very disrespectful to the employees that they think that that's okay.
Well, part of the problem, let me tell you, one of the problem is that, we're concerned. I'm concerned. And I know Veronica's concerned, and I know Ida's concerned. And let me tell you guys, a lot of my custodians are very super concerned. Very, very super concerned because for some reason it is our custodians that are coming out, with visiting the ICU at that ICU and succumbing to it. I'll use Frankie's big word. They're dying to it. And the custodians were the first ones that were out there on campuses. They continuously were out at campuses. And again, go back to the same thing, guys, as something about being inside those buildings that is not a good thing. And, being out there for multiple hours, it is not a good thing for our personnel. Look at the individuals we've already lost and the individuals that we're losing right now, guys, that are fighting for their lives. So I care. I'm concerned. AOBE is concerned. The custodial staff is concerned. The food and nutritional services people are concerned. I just spoke to several teachers this afternoon while I was out delivering signs. A lot of our teachers are concerned. Let me tell y'all, a lot of our principals are concerned because I've had conversations with several of our principals out there. The only ones that aren't concerned are the superintendent, his 2 deputies, and this corrupt board. Because if they were concerned, they would have at least, at minimum, addressed the matter. It was an oversight. It didn't happen.
Exactly.
This is our plan. This is what we're doing to correct it. Nothing.
Exactly. It should have been addressed clearly, and they should have stepped up and said it was an oversight. It was a mistake with everything going on. But it's not so much, for them just to step up and say that. It's about you need to notify everybody that these sanitizers need to be collected and picked up so they can be properly replaced. How do we know if they're just trying to sweep it under the rug and not mention it and hope people forget about it? How do we know there's still not some out there at some of the campuses or departments? And that's just not right.
It isn't. And again, our guys, our people are afraid. And one of the first one of the strong stances, and y'all taken several, but one of the strongest stances that I saw AOBE take, which I know that they got a lot of feedback for, was hey, will you be willing to come and sit in the classroom with our teachers? And I'm sure y'all got an earful from these individuals because they don't like being called out. They don't like being embarrassed out there. But goodness gracious, what is it going to take?
And we still stand behind that. We still stand by that invitation. And we hope that for the people that are being required to report to work on the first day of school or even on Monday at some of these places, I hope that the superintendent can go and sit in some of those departments that are crowded, that there is no way that they can be with the 6 feet of social distancing. I would like for him to sit all day in one of those departments and see how comfortable he's going to feel.
Well, one of the things we saw is that, they were out there, him and Flip-Flopping Phillip were out there taking a picture in front of the 43 pallets of PPE, which we don't know if it were expired or not. But goodness gracious, guys, taking a 3-minute picture in front of pallets doesn't make anyone safer out there. Doesn't make anyone safer. Or it doesn't make anyone feel any more secure.
Correct.
That a board member and the superintendent, they left their glass palace to come on down and mingle with staff for 5 minutes and take a picture that took probably 2-3 minutes and then go back on their merry way. Doesn't bring assurance to anyone out there. Doesn't make anyone else feel a tad bit safer. It doesn't. So start putting up, guys. Start, producing for our individuals. Make sure that our people are getting proper PPE that isn't expired, and start reconsidering a lot of these actions. Goodness gracious, be more in tune with the community out there. People want to hear from some form of leadership. There was not hearing from anyone but AOBE, and that's about it. And I'm not gonna mention the other 2, but goodness gracious, I still haven't heard from them.
Erasmo, can I bring something up? I just got an email regarding BEST, the teachers organization led by Mr. Patrick Hammes, and if I could very quickly, Erasmo, share something with you. I have an email here. During these times, if you could blow me up, Erasmo, very quickly. you know, during these times, we would think that these individuals would not try to capitalize, you know, while people are suffering, while people are dying. Here's an email. We are now selling best face masks. The cost is $5. If you're interested, please contact these individuals, Alicia Guevara, Patrick Hamas. Let us know how many masks you would like. Payment will be expected on delivery. It is a great way to protect yourself while showing support for your union. And then down here, evil exists when good men do nothing. And my question, why isn't this organization preaching for distant learning? Why aren't they being vocal about that? Instead of you know, saying, hey, it's not safe for our teachers, our staff, our professionals, our custodians to be out there with the possibility of being exposed to this virus. No, they're trying to monetize from this crisis. And again, $5 isn't a lot, but it's the principle. Why didn't this union say, you know what, I'm going to donate these to my organization because we care about y'all, we care about your safety? What message is this union giving to the community, and more especially to their members? Hey, we're selling these, you know, it's not the right message, guys. We shouldn't be capitalizing on something like this. I understand $5 isn't enough, but it's the principle, the message behind it. Instead of advocating, be more vocal for distant learning, they're trying to sell their members a face mask, which is uncalled for.
Wow, I wasn't aware of that, but we're actually because we saw the face masks that came in for BISD, and
I actually got to see them as well.
Wow,
let me tell you, que vergüenza, eh?
Yes, so we actually did place an order for face masks for all of our members. And hopefully we will find a way to safely distribute it to them without having to come in contact. So either we'll mail it to them or we're going to find an easy way for the member to get it to them. But, you know, we are giving them to them for free. But because it was such a shame of the face masks that we saw, to me, you know, they were happily announcing about how every employee was going to receive 5 face masks. And when I saw them, I was like, wow, you know, I wasn't impressed. So
I wasn't impressed either. I actually got to see them as well. Let me tell you guys, I don't think I put them on my cats, but that's just me. And they love face coverings. No, they don't. Is there anything legal that teachers can do if they get sick for being mandated to go onto campus? Can they sue the district or superintendent? I'm going to try and answer this. I'm going to say at first hand, it would be very, very difficult because the individuals would have to really, really be able to pinpoint that they received it or got it on campus. You know, but let me place it this way. You know, I understand that one of the first things that comes to people's minds is suing individuals. But we know, look, you know, there might be some doubt about other individuals, but you know, and I spoke briefly to the niece of Ms. Covarrubias that passed away, and she was very adamant. She knows for a fact that you know, Ms. Covarrubias contracted it there at Stillman. Not only contracted there at Stillman, but you know, left work, you know, because she was not feeling well at all, and. Goodness gracious, guys, is that we know, you know, and I think that should go above any lawsuit or any monetary value that anyone could go out there and get at any point. That we know the truth and that you know the truth, because there's nothing more important than knowing the truth and them knowing the truth and still sending our administrators onto campus today. Them knowing the truth and still sending an email out today or a notice out today or a memo out today where they're asking all staff back on campus on Monday.
That was very upsetting.
Beto?
Yeah, that's I mean, I don't know what it's going to take. Like we're going to scream as loud as we can, and we're going to talk to whoever we need to talk to. We're going to reach out to whoever we need to reach out to. But what is the need? If they can work from home, why not let them work from home? They need to be able to, you know, we have amazing employees at BISD. Yes. We have very hardworking employees at BISD.
Dedicated.
And I mean, for the assumption to be that they need to go to the office because they're not going to do their job at home is upsetting. I personally worked harder when I was at home the end of the semester, and I learned a lot while I was doing it. You know, it was eye-opening, and my hours were 15, 16, 17 hours. Ida can tell you, I would, yeah, I mean, it was, there were long days, and not because my principal was forcing me to do it, but because I was trying to plan. I was trying to get ready. I was trying to have things ready for the next day. I wanted to make sure my kids had what they needed because those kids are my babies. You know, it's very hard for us as professionals to hear comments and things like that. It's offensive. It's offensive and hurtful that we're not respected. No. I mean, we're an A district because of us. Because of the teachers, because of the staff.
Let me tell you something. And again, I'm preaching here to the choir. You know, Beto and Ida, my teachers haven't had a summer.
Correct.
My teachers have not had a summer vacation. You know, and I appreciate that a lot of our schools are sending memos and notes off to different staff and different teachers telling them, hey, start getting ready now. Start recording your classes now. And you know, that's a great suggestion, a great recommendation to give to my teachers now. But goodness gracious, guys, my teachers, my staff, my counselors, my people out there, they haven't had a break. They haven't gone to go to the Galapagos. They have not gone to go to the Galapagos or even ride a turtle, a 150-year-old turtle. They haven't had that opportunity. They haven't even had an opportunity to drink a strawberry daiquiri on top of a damn turtle at the Galapagos Island. No, but on all seriousness, poor turtles. No, all serious, guys. All serious. Ida, am I wrong? Have our teachers had a vacation, a summer? Have they had the opportunity? Am I wrong?
They have not, and it's very upsetting. And I know they have not because I have not, and my phone hasn't stopped, and neither has Vero's and some of our other board of directors. It's been unbelievable what they have gone through this summer, unlike no other. I mean, we've never seen this.
But you know, you know what? And again. And a lot of people go like, that's what, but you're always dogging. Oh, yeah, because I'm always on the matter because like Ida, I'm getting the phone calls. I'm getting the text messages. I'm getting the inboxes. I answer 400 to 500 inboxes a day. So no one is ever going to come out here and tell me that I don't know, in a way, what our teachers are going through. Because I know for a fact, like Beto mentioned, that they've been out there for 14, 16, 17-hour days. Correct. Days. And this is just not right now during the summer. This is all the way since the last 6 weeks of last year. Yeah. And then for these individuals to go like, well, we need to see you working because, you know, people are lazy. In the words of the superintendent, they just don't want to work. They just don't want to work. Those were the words of the superintendent. Yeah. They want it comfortable. Is he completely disassociated from what teachers actually do? Is this board not have the gravitas to go out there and call his attention and say, goodness gracious, our people are working their butts off. Countless hours. And it hasn't been just a couple of weeks. It's been months. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating to our teachers. It's frustrating to our custodial, our maintenance staff. And let me tell you, our maintenance staff are, I'm going to meet with some individuals this week. I'm going to meet with some. And they've let me know that they're planning to come on to AOBE because, they're not, have had zero communication from their organization. And I'm glad they are. And I'm going to meet with them this week. Because they're stating that they have a lot of individuals out there that have tested positive and no one gives a rat's behind about them. So I'm tired. So yes, I'm going to go to every department. And again, when I say teachers, I'm not just referring to teachers, I'm referring to everyone out there. because everyone out there has had a difficult job except this corrupt board, the deputies, and the superintendent. My teachers haven't gone to the Galapagos.
No.
Is it correct? No compassion. You know, and again, the type of leadership that you want, guys, is someone that is willing to, you know, push everything off his desk and you know, bring up bring your secretary into the room and have her write a damn memo to the family of Ms. Covarrubias, to my Stillman family. My heart goes out to you. Not a word. And then he says he's proactive. It's not being proactive, man. To be proactive is to take action beforehand, you know, a lo rápido, on the fly, as young people like Frankie would say, on the fly. Not 2 weeks from now. You know, not have a board meeting and say, well, let's have a moment of silence. No, immediately. And, you know, that's something that Dr. Sendejas would do. I don't know, but, you know, again, props to her. I know because she would send handwritten notes. Y'all remember that? Handwritten notes to individuals, you know, who made the paper. And I was amazed, but literally went out there and, you know, and, you know, and a lot of people go like, well, ERASMO, Dr. Sendejas was bad with this, but well, wait a minute. You have to praise what is very, very praiseworthy. And let me tell you, she was direct. And I mean, she didn't have her secretary write it. It wasn't one of these standard forms where, you know, you stamp the superintendent's principal out there. I saw the notes. She would be out there filling out these little note cards, signing them stuff.
And we're going to call it like it is. I mean, Dr. Sendejas, no por nada, she was an amazing superintendent. We hadn't had problems with administration, like, and I can't say all administration, because HR has been doing a great job working with us on issues and stuff. But the superintendent, I mean, is just like no other. And Dr. Sendejas always did make time to address issues. She respected the association, be it because maybe we're the largest, I do not know, but she gave us the time. She gave us answers. She answered all of her emails. And I mean, we've never seen anything like this, what we're dealing with. I believe she would even, didn't she also always donate a vehicle to a student out of her own pocket? So that tells you a lot.
ERASMO, I'm sorry, ERASMO, going back to Dr. Sendejas, you know, just something so simple as writing a note, writing a letter, it makes it more personal. It shows that this individual is aware of what's going on. And, you know, that could bring so much comfort to a person, especially, you know, the family of a custodian, of a teacher, of a paraprofessional, because it shows, hey, this person cares about my loved one. And that's all we're asking. We want a leader to show some empathy. You know, we understand that nobody signed up, you know, County Judge Eddie Trevino, Brownsville Mayor Trey Mendez, you know, they didn't sign up for this. This is something that's unheard of, unprecedented, but they're put in this position to lead, and to lead especially during a crisis like this. And the least that we would expect from somebody in a position like Dr. Gutierrez is to show compassion, to show, you know what, I sympathize with you. I'm sorry for your loss. If there's anything I could do, please let me know. A simple note would bring so much comfort to this family. But on the opposite end, you know, we don't have a phone call. We don't have a note. We just have, we're making progress. We're making progress. Little bit of words. So that's something that I want to see in somebody in charge. Somebody to show compassion. Somebody to say, you know what? I'm sorry for your loss. Is there anything I can do for you? That shows a lot about their character and just being a good human being.
And look, guys, we don't have to.
Sorry, you know what, Frankie, what you said is right. What can they do for them? We need to realize that these people who have lost their lives have families, and sometimes you're at such a loss and so confused and so in shock, you don't know where you're supposed to reach out to for help with the district for the life insurance. You don't know where you're supposed to call to get help with making arrangements. You're so your mind is, you know, it's just all over the place. Having the district have somebody call the family and say, we're here, this is what you need to do, let me guide you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something.
I mean, goodness gracious. Instead of having one superintendent, we have three, and it seems like we have none. You know, we have three out there at the top, three individuals from Edinburgh up at the top, and it feels like we have no one up at the top. No one. And again, Dr. Sendejas, I mean, people might not have liked her being very rough around the edges, and, you know, but again, an organization as big as the Brownsville Independent School District that needs some type of leadership up at the top. Has there been any confirmation of whether schools have been disinfected? Principals went back today. Some teachers go back today on Mondays. It's safe for their return. I'm going to answer this. No, it's not safe for them to return. It's not safe for them to. And I'll tell you something. There's no confirmation in regards to the schools being disinfected in any way, shape, or form, menos professionally. And the other situation is, I had messages today from several principals. And let me tell you, in all my time of doing this, guys, of being a voice for the community, I've hardly ever had principals reach out to me. You know that? Hardly ever had principals reach out to me, say, Erasmo, this and this is going on, because of the fear that exists in regards to retaliation. Just today, I spoke to several principals who reached out to me and said, Erasmo, we need help. Please help us. Principals, guys. And of course, they don't want to be named. They're not going to be named. But that is how telling the situation is. That is how concerned. And I'll tell you, I mean, I know every single principal in the district, guys. And I will guarantee you that 75% of them have underlying conditions. At least 75% of them have underlying conditions. So they're concerned. But they're not only concerned for their well-being, they're concerned for their staff, they're concerned for their custodians, they're concerned for their food nutritional services, because the superintendent isn't. The two deputies aren't. But the principals that have that small district, you know, which is their campus, that small little district, they're concerned. They're concerned. And that says a lot. Is it safe for their return? I'm going to say no, it's not. No, it's not. Special ed administrators, JJ Gonzalez was asking, special ed administrators at high school are being cut. Do we know about that?
We have heard some of our members have reached out. We are currently looking into that. I have not gotten the confirmation. I have to request through public information on that. They're saying that they, due to the ratios that were approved, but we got to remember the compensation plan was not fully approved. But according to the ratios that were approved, it reduced the administration at the campus level. Now, I understand, remember when there were all the talks about how they were heavy in administration. I don't think that they were talking about the campuses. According to what they presented at that board meeting, they were saying, well, administration is overpaid and overstaffed.
Yes.
Well, and we requested that as well. It was not released to us. I believe you requested it as well at ERASMO. Mm-hmm. It was not released. It went to the Attorney General for opinion. And but because of that, it's just like, okay, the only places that we're seeing the cuts taking place is at the campus level. And that's not good, because if anything right now, we need to be there for the students and the employees at the campus level, because one of the things that they're very concerned about is where what numbers are they looking at as far as students returning this year? And you're only going to be able to do that and effectively try to bring back the students and provide the support needed if you are properly staffed. Right now is not the time to try to cut back on counselors, to try to cut back on assistant principals or any other positions at the campus level.
None.
I'm sorry. We need to be supportive for them. The teachers and all campus staff were on the edge of breaking at the end of last year. It was too much. It was way too much.
Way too much. Guys, Santiago, let me say something. Police security on campus, don't forget us. I don't. And I have heard from several of my people out there, my security people. I have great relationships with my security people, and I have great relationships with my police officers out of BISD. I have zero confidence in the leadership at the police department. Zero confidence. Very, very simple. I completely, and people out there at BISD police and security, listen to my words. I have zero confidence in the BISD leadership, police leadership. Zero. And I will explain why when asked why. But let me tell you, folks, as the anyone out there in the district, okay, ask me why. Anyone out there in the district that is a tool or a puppet for Sylvia Atkinson or for anyone on this corrupt board or for their board attorney is not true to their oath to protect and to serve, and they would harm anyone that they would be against. So I have zero confidence in the leadership at the BISD Police Department. Zero. And again, I don't mince my words. I don't mince my words, and I don't hide my words. I'm very, very direct in my words. So zero. So I pray for my police officers, and I pray for my security people out there. You know, they know that I care. Is the superintendent on the board afraid of retaliation? Let me tell you. I don't know. Does Gutierrez think he is a Wall Street chief executive officer, CEO? If BISD was a business, he would have been kicked out a long time ago. Yeah, but the problem is any CEO would have a board of directors that would have kicked him out. This board has done nothing but praise his work. I mean, I think y'all saw the article, didn't y'all? Y'all saw the newspaper article where Flip-Flopping Phillip was out there saying, oh, an exceptional job, a very, very amazing job. He's been exceptional. He's been great. Little Eddie, oh, yes, the superintendent, he's wonderful. He's great. Let me try and get up. Hold on. I can't see. Let me get up. Let me get on my booster chair. I'm on my booster chair now. All they've been doing is kissing the butt of the superintendent. Vero, you're drinking cheap cola. Drink Coca-Cola, not HEB Cola.
We're trying to get sponsored by Coca-Cola Hill Country at ERASMO.
We need to, superintendent, we need to get, look, all she's got is that Diet Cola, worse. But no, guys, really, y'all saw the article where they were praising the superintendent. Now, honestly, does the superintendent deserve praise out there?
No.
Did the superintendent deserve a one-year extension, $400,000, $412,000 to his contract?
No.
In no way, shape, or form.
No way, shape, or form.
They can't protect our children because they don't know where the virus is at or where it's coming from. Well, that's part of the issue, guys. We're still, and we're going to have Dr. Saavedra on Monday, so we'll have a little bit more information. But guys, we're still in the novel phase of this virus, you know? Ahora, you know, we were talking about the waves, like, here comes the first wave, and then expect the next wave in fall. Dr. Eder Hernandez came and said, it's a tsunami right now. Tsunami. So we don't know. And again, I'm adamant. There's something about the buildings and the ventilation system in our buildings. Call me crazy. Or call me ERASMO, one of the two. I'm not sure which one I am right now, but no, it's kind of late. I don't know.
Question. No, it really bothers me, guys, when they throw it out there that there might be some cuts to special education administration. Right now, I have yet to hear anything in regards to this department. I know Ms. Lipa has been very positive, doing her part of ordering iPads, tablets, things of that nature. There are students who work well with technology. So we're throwing these people to work blind. We're not giving them the proper resources. And then if we're going to go one step further and cut administration, to me, that's not acceptable. Why should we be giving the superintendent a raise, 9 months, 10 months into a job? There's nothing that we can base ourselves on to reward him based on merit. So my platform is based on focusing on special education. And I have a big problem with the school district trying to or implementing further cuts, especially at special education. I understand that these individuals need face-to-face instruction, but there has to be another way for us to accomplish our goals and objectives. So that's something that I'm going to be very vocal on. I'll be looking more into this, and I hope that's not the direction that the district goes at this time, because the last thing we need is to further distance or to avoid or neglect our special needs population, and I will have an issue with that if that happens.
Well, let me say something. I appreciate our doctors, guys. I appreciate our doctors coming on here, and our doctors, their time is very, very valuable. And I made mention of this with Dr. Ed Hernandez. They work all day, long hours a day, and then they want to spend a couple of hours with their family, and they give us an hour and a half once every 2 weeks, and I'm very, very, very grateful out there. But let me tell you, they and my sister's a nurse. They believe in their hypocritical oath. It's hypocritical oath, right? What is it? Hypocritical? What's the name of the word? Hypocritical?
Hypothetical?
Y'all know what I mean? That thing, that oath that they say, hypo something.
Yeah, I don't think it's hypocritical.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
What's the name? It's someone help me here. Goodness gracious, I got thousands of people on here. Someone give me the damn word. Hypocrites. Hypocritical. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Joran. The hypocritical oath. Hypocritical. Is that right?
Well, it says hypocritical, but is that what you're talking about?
Hypocritic. Is it hypocritic? Someone damn help me with the damn word. Hypocritic oath. Well, that oath where they, you know what I'm saying, right? Hypopanathomal. You're messing with me now. Career technology education. You were on this morning, weren't you, JJ? Hypothetical? No. Hypocritic.
We can leave it at oath.
Okay.
For 48 minutes.
I was trying to hippo cheese. That's Minerva. The penguin hippo. No, guys.
Hippocratic oath.
Hippocratic oath. They take a hippo.
Just say oath.
I haven't lost my train of thought, so I'm okay.
And do they take that oath at the Career and Technology building?
I couldn't remember the word this morning. Hypocritic. Well, they take their. Now let me get back to going serious, guys. Stop it. That oath. They take that oath, guys. They take that oath that they're out there to save lives. I'm trying to say something serious. I'm being serious now. Why is it when I try to be serious, everybody laughs, guys? But no, they take that oath where they're out there, they're saving lives, they're doing, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Please.
Yeah. We knew 5 minutes ago, yes.
Well, teachers, I'm trying to be serious, folks. Seriously, take me seriously. Now I'm sounding like Eddie. No, but teachers, teachers, you take an oath too. Y'all take an oath. Y'all take an oath out there to care, to educate, to be out there for your students. Let me tell you, my teachers, my counselors, my custodians, I understand that there's a lot of, fear of retaliation, your job and everything else. Stand true to your oath. stand true to your pledge, and you fight for your students. I mean, come what may, guys. And if you have to take a hit, if they have to retaliate against you, know that it'll be short-lived. That, you know, there are resources out there to help you. But please, 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 like the doctors take that H oath, please stand firm to your oath as an educator, as a former of minds, a former of lives. Please fight for your students. You know, as Louis was saying out here, speak up. Stop being silent. And I'm very, very proud of our principals out there that are reaching out and being very, very vocal, you know, at the cost of them, you know, maybe losing, you know, losing their job or being sent to here or to there. I'm very proud of the teachers that are now, and they've said, I'm not going to be quiet anymore. I'm very, very proud. And that is actually bringing to life that oath that you took in order to be that educator for our student, to be that regard. Go.
It is a proud moment to see how many people have, you know, stepped up and are no longer afraid to speak. But in collecting some of the information from our members, because I know ERASMO does not like to hear the word survey, but we actually look at the data from our surveys. And in collecting that data, we saw how still there is a lot of people who are very scared to speak up, but are even more terrified to go back to work or, you know, returning to the unknown. And that's the thing, the unknown here, because they haven't disclosed yet what we've been asking for, which is the safety plan, which is to be on this task force. Let us have a seat at that table. You are not going to possibly cover every single thing with just a few people on this task force. It's not properly representing the entire school district. And I think that's why they continue to make these big mistakes, and they're going to continue. And we cannot just stand back and let them continue to do this, because it's people's lives that are being lost now. So we hope more people continue to speak up, but we will continue to speak up on their behalf if they are scared. But we have the power in numbers. We're the largest association. There's a reason for that.
And the fear of dying has woken up the monster that is AOBE, because there are so many teachers that are losing the fear, and it's amazing to see. It's unfortunate that it's in this type of situation, but it's amazing to see, and I can't wait to see what our teachers, when I'm like you, Erasmo, when I say teachers, I mean BISD employees, because we're all part of education.
Yes.
I can't wait to see what we do in November, because our votes are going to make our district, if we go out and vote and we get in the right people, we will make the district amazing again.
Amen. Quick question. How are teachers going to eat in a room with students without a mask off? I've heard the teachers will only have 30 minutes for lunch. Let me tell you, they don't even know, because there is no plan. They don't even know. There is no plan. And, you know, I put up a meeting about a little chalkboard full of crayons and saying this is the plan for the superintendent to go back to school. They don't even have that. They don't even have that. And it's embarrassing that other districts way smaller than us, you know, have already made plans and detailed plans in regards to situations that could occur, and at least have given teachers an edge in regards to what they are to expect when they come back to school. We don't. The reason that they moved the calendar, guys, and listen, the reason that they moved the calendar to August 25th wasn't to be helpful to the students. It was because they had no plan.
That is correct.
They had nothing. And, you know, the superintendent went, oh, we have a plan. We have a plan. He didn't. It was a lie. Oh, you know, we're going to bring out a draft next week. That's not a plan. A draft is not a plan. That's a sketch. A sketch. Like an etch-a-sketch. Remember those etch-a-sketches? Remember the etch-a-sketches?
You don't know what an etch-a-sketch is, Frankie?
Of course not.
Of course I do. I grew up with that.
Like what?
F-150, the sketch. I remember.
No, he doesn't. I truly admire Ms. Borrego coming out and expressing your concerns, and I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you, Tony. Yes, it's very impressive. Question for AOBE. If BISD wants us to sign a waiver for when face-to-face instruction happens, what can happen if we don't want to sign?
They cannot force you to sign. They need to contact us immediately. And we actually have attorneys ready to address that. There is some crazy districts upstate that have done that, so we are monitoring that.
If we're having to sign a waiver, that means it's not safe for us to return to school.
Exactly.
And if we're having to sign a waiver, I believe that's in violation of a state mandate that we're supposed to be providing a safe environment for students to learn in. So that's a big deal.
A huge deal. And guys, sign nothing, but document everything. Sign nothing, document everything. High school teachers' lunch is usually 40 minutes. Students are going to be climbing the wall, being in the classroom for 8 hours a day. And I think that's why one of the things that they're talking about, again, no plan, is block schedules out there. And again, we just don't know, and teachers don't know. And that's what's very frustrating for teachers, because how can they start planning for anything that's going to happen August 25th when they just do not know? Hypocritical. Yes, and thank you to the 30 people that sent me a text message. I greatly appreciate it. Hypocritic. I'm not even going to try to say it anymore. Hippocratic. That's the word. Hippocratic. I just have to think of Minerva.
Jeez.
I know. Go reach for that cola. Reach for that cola. Rarding. I got cleared to go back on campus despite having symptoms of COVID, UTRGV without getting tested. Don't go. Do not go. I'm afraid to speak up. Once I was approached by administration for liking ERASMO's post on a few years back. Let me tell you, we have the opportunity to change that in November. Because instead of approaching you for liking ERASMO's post, they're probably going to be applauding you for liking ERASMO's post. I mean, it's all up to you guys. At the end of the day, it's all up to you. And November is just around the corner, my friends. I think this guy is like Trump, and Dr. S relay the information to him, and he explains it his way or something. I know firsthand at how the school district intimidate parents. Well, yeah. The sleeping giant. Yeah, November can't come soon enough. No, it cannot. And let me tell you, last 2 weeks of October, guys. Amen. Good point, Veronica. My son's going to Hannah. He is a special needs student and has been having this therapy here at home, doing it by Zoom. And I believe he can do his homeschooling the same way. It's more safe for him. It is more safe for him. And again, Adi, that is one. Look, one of my, I'm concerned about all my students out there. I'm concerned about all my teachers. I'm concerned about all my staff, everyone, my police, my security, everyone. But I'm extra concerned about our special education students. Extra concerned. I want something, Adi. I want something substantial. And I'm glad that he's getting what he needs. I'm going to pray that we continue to offer him what he needs. So I decided not to go back to step on campus. Will they fire me? Yes. Yes.
It depends on his situation.
Well, if you have underlying conditions and everything else, if you're just afraid to go back, yes. They will let you go. Ida, I interrupted you.
Contact us first if you're a member, and let's see what we can do, see what you qualify for. If you qualify for any of the reasons under the Family First Coronavirus Response Act, or if you qualify for 504. So let's see what can be done. Don't just not go back.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want any job abandonment.
Yeah, please don't quit. One other question. Do we know what the meeting will entail on Monday? I will say that the only thing that really intrigues me about the meeting on Monday is something that we're going to need a little bit more clarification on. And let me just bring it up because I was kind of interested on it. And of course, I can't find it. But basically, what it says is giving individuals 40 hours a week in case they come out testing or come suffering from the COVID-19. Again, it's too vague. I think I'm hoping that what it's saying, and this is what I hope it says, and I'll read it what it says. I finally was able to read it. Recommend approval regarding resolution whatever to excuse and pay up to 40 hours per week for absences of employees caused by state local declaration for public health due to COVID-19 virus of a communicable disease. It's just too vague. I'm going to hope that what it is if you contract COVID-19 on campus, then you're going to be covered for so many days. But going back into what I think Beto said, if it's unsafe for you to go back, why would they be covering your days off when they know it would be unsafe to go back? It's too vague. I mean, do you have any idea? Y'all have any idea, Beto or Ida?
Honestly, at this point, I don't know what it is that they're trying to, if they're trying to look like heroes at this time, because they are covered for 80 hours under the Coronavirus Response Act. So they're covered for 80 hours there at full pay. And then 10 weeks later, up to 10 weeks at 2/3 of the pay. So I don't know if that's going to be in addition to or what. Like you said, it's too vague to be able to know where they're coming at, with that.
It's too vague. It doesn't make a lick of ounce of sense. And again, there's no backup as of right now, so we don't know what else is behind it. But we'll find out on Monday.
And I'm sorry to interrupt, but I do want it to be clear that, that if that's going to come from district funds, then that's one thing. But they cannot be trying to claim what's coming from the Response Act and be saying that that's coming from the district, because every employee is entitled to 80 hours, which is 2 weeks for the Response Act. Now, if this is going to be in addition to that, then great.
Yes, if it is in addition to the 80 hours that are already allotted, then awesome. Mm-hmm. We just don't know. Now, is it only a 1 week deal, or is it because let me tell you, when individuals test positive, they have to go into the 14 days. That's 2 weeks. So, are they covering the 14 days with the 80 hours that the CARES Act is giving? And then because it takes another week for them to get more results, is that covering that third week? If that's the case, good.
Great.
Just don't know.
That would be really good, because that's about the average of what we're seeing for the employees to be able to return back to the workplace. So the other thing that is different, though, that we have seen is when people fall into that time frame, if they are being given any work to be working from home, it does not come out of those days at all. And some were getting deducted through the Response Act, and they were working remotely. So I don't know if they're having issues to coding them properly, but that is something that they need to be aware of. If you are going to be sent home because you have to wait for your results, and or you're having to self-quarantine, if they give you any work, they cannot be docking you or coding it under any of those leave days, because you are still working.
Please advise, my boys will stay home and my wife is deployed, work on the front lines with COVID-19 Army. Enrique, contact Ida, contact Veronica, and share with them your concerns and see what options are available to you through the association. School districts don't have a plan B or plan A. Fabian, they don't even have a plan A.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. They have nothing. They produce nothing. The plan was better than the BISD board's plan. The plan of the plan of the plan. Won't it be counterproductive to keep moving the day calendar? Won't it affect the funding for next year and for teacher salaries? I think what it affects more than anything else is the vacation time, the time off during the summer, which was non-existent this year. So they're going to wind up having another year without a summer because the calendar keeps on being pushed forward. Now, anyone that thinks that these last weeks are going to be vacation weeks for my teachers from here to the 25th, you're very mistaken, guys. Very mistaken. Our teachers are stressing to the point that they just want to know what the next steps are going to be. There are no next steps. There are no what ifs. If this happens, something else is going to happen. There's nothing. There's no assurances. There's no guarantees. There's nothing. I'm not saying anything. You shouldn't. There are other group programs such as K-12 online learning. If the district continues not to take this serious and it's free and they provide laptop printers and books, remove the money from the district 1 year and see if it will change things. All you have to do, Jason, is remove the board members. It's that simple. Don't remove the district's money. Don't lower the number of students that we have out there, although we're probably going to lose 3,000 to 4,000 students. But don't lower the number of students, guys. We don't want y'all to leave. We want you to unite and to change this board. And don't bring back little Eddie. Don't bring back Minerva. Please, gosh, goodness darn it, please don't bring back Minerva. Don't bring back flip-flopping Philip. And don't bring back Laura. BISD has a long history of corruption and intimidation. Schools had their own little syndicates. The current administration is small potatoes compared to past ones. Well, let me tell you, these potatoes are pretty big. And I'm not bragging on anything. Awesome, AOBE. You all are absolutely amazing. I'm so glad I'm a member. Thank you for being a member. Yes, moving the start date only hurts us as a district because we lose funding. They should have just gone with distance learning the entire. Yeah.
Well, the problem with that is also that it's going to cut into the intersession days that they're having on the calendar that is going to be approved or was approved. And so it really did not help the employees. They should have been ready to go. If we're going 100% distance learning, it should have been ready to launch from the original start date. It shouldn't have been pushed back.
But Ida, again, I mean, I know you hardly ever watch the show. I've been screaming it for months. For months. Get ready. Start to prepare. Distance learning, remote learning, screaming, literally screaming.
We've been screaming it also. And that's what is really, it's unbelievable that we've been asking right from even when the school year finished. So we need to prepare. People are not going to want to send their children back to school. You know, they're afraid. I don't blame them. I wouldn't. If my boys were still in school, I wouldn't send them back to the classroom.
Yeah. And we just got word in regards to the CDC guidelines in regards to opening up the new school year. An article was just posted. I've been posting on the links, and they're in favor of children going back to school. They say that it's important for public health to open up the schools, that the children are suffering from being at home, that they don't contract the virus compared to adults. And again, the CDC has been pushing for some sort of response in regards to the new school year opening up. So again, this is at the direction of President Trump and DeVos. They've been pretty adamant of wanting the schools to open up. So this is very scary. We have people at the very top, advising, giving the recommendation that these children have nothing to fear, that we're doing totally the opposite by not encouraging and by not opening up the schools. So it's very alarming whenever the CDC gives a direction, gives guidance at the direction of the president, stating that kids will be affected if they go back to school, that the virus affects children differently compared to how it affects adults. So this is very alarming. This is something that we need to look into further. But again, we have seen a spike in numbers here locally, and again, just whatever happens up north may not necessarily reflect on our current situation. We are a border town. We do have a lot of, a lot of commute to and from Mexico, Matamoros in particular, Reynosa. So again, this is very alarming. The CDC just, stated this a couple hours ago. So I'll be looking into this and try to get better information. But it's very alarming from what I see right now.
So I have a comment to that. I think it's terrible that we have these two individuals at the top of the government making decisions for me when they've never stepped foot in a classroom. They've never taught. They've never been around when we're planning, when we're having our first week of introduction and welcome with their students, and they don't know what it is to be a teacher. So what gives them the right to make those types of decisions when they don't know? You know what? You can't get a first grader to keep their hands out of their mouth all the time. You can't get a kindergartner to get their hands out of their mouth all the time. We know that because we're in the classroom. We see it on a daily basis. We get sneezed on. We get coughed on. They don't know any of that. So for them to think that they are equipped to make those types of decisions is upsetting. And I mean, I watched an interview with DeVos, and it was a joke. She never gave a straight answer as to if it was safe to go back to school.
No.
She never gave a straight answer.
Well,
it's very familiar with the no straight answers. We're seeing a lot of that now in BISD, and that is sad.
Well, it's funny because they act like the president right now. And I understand that, Minerva La Pingüina, she's thinks that this is a hoax and they just want to affect her President Trump. And again, guys, it's that I don't have the luxury, and I may support a lot of things that Trump, out there spews out. I don't have the luxury of adhering to party politics when my people are dying.
Exactly.
The other thing we need to think about too is kids that are old enough to understand, maybe if they test positive and have to stay home and then their teacher gets infected because they tested positive, because they passed it to them, and something, God forbid, really bad happens to their teacher, the guilt that child is going to have to live with, and vice versa. A teacher being testing positive and not knowing that they're positive and infecting their students, and something, God forbid, happening to the student in the classroom. How do we live with ourselves? Why even put us in that situation?
It's in Congo. Can FNS work?
And I really think, I'm sorry, Erasmo, I really think that those are actual scenarios that this administration has not even thought about.
No.
And that is why you need a proper task force so you can look at all angles and be able to come up with an effective plan for everyone. I mean, all we want is to keep everybody safe and be able to provide instruction and serve the students. But, again, it goes back to they think that they're going to create that perfect plan. And we're here 4 months in, and we still haven't been able to see it.
Nothing. We have nothing. Can FNS workers refuse to sign a waiver as well? Yes. To sign nothing. Speak to AOB. Signed nothing. Hey, Diggity Dart. Diggity Dart. I like that name. Diggity Dart. Diggity Dart. If they approach me about being active on ERASMO's page, can I have them contact AOB about them targeting me for that? You better believe it. And you contact me about that first. They don't like my phone calls for some reason. It is ridiculous. You're supposed to wait the openings of schools until cases go down. Cases are not going down. And Vidita, they don't care. They're not going to intermingle with the kids. They're not going to be going onto campuses. They've been challenged. Like I challenged La Silvia.
And they're not going to be using expired hand sanitizers.
Nope.
I can assure you that.
Nope. Ms. Ida, are we no longer going to virtual teaching anymore?
Well, it's supposed to be virtual teaching. That's what was last presented, but they seem to be doing a lot of preparation at the campuses. So again, until we see the plan, but it is approved to do, according to the resolution that was approved, it says until it is scientifically proven and recommended by the city and the county that it is safe to return to complete in-person instruction. So you're supposed to have the option to work remotely. But in the same memo that he sent out, I will say, and he put that out there, that very same memo says essential employees will report to the workplace. We asked immediately for clarification as to who he feels is essential and who is not, because to us, we feel every employee is going to be essential. Just because they're working remotely does not mean that they're not essential employees at BISD. So again, we are waiting for that clarification as to who he feels is an essential employee and who is not.
Saludos, good to have seen you today. It was good to see you today, Gilberto. Un placer, gracias. It was good to stop by. Massive, where have you been, Massive? I've missed you, Massive. Will all of this information be published for employees? Contact will be. They have all the information you need. Again,
yeah, they are supposed to publish the safety plan. Some districts have already released it, and we have not. Brownsville has not.
I miss you too. Oh, and that's why you're going to finally tell us why you really resigned? Yeah, I've said it all along. I resigned because I wanted to go through the process of the DWI, and I didn't want it to be a distraction. Unlike your sister, Charlie, unlike your sister who got caught taking bribe from an undercover federal agent and who refuses to be a distraction at BISD, but she insists on being out there and manipulating the system and controlling Drew and controlling precinct, controlling everybody else. Talk to us about fraudulent documents that you got arrested. I got arrested for no damn fraudulent documents, Charlie. But again, you live on making assumptions of things that are just not there. Charlie, you were hired by your sister as HR director to be a coach and a teacher without a teaching certificate. You got moved to Rivera as an assistant coach only because your sister is a rata, a crook, and she's going to fry in jail unless she gives up Prissy, Drew, and Laura. She's going to fry unless she gives up Prissy, Drew, and Laura Perez Reyes. She needs to give up Prissy, Laura, and Drew up. Give them up. And she won't do 45 years, Charlie. She'll only do 4. Have her take the deal, baby. Most employees will be fired. They are expendable. Why there are many people? No, they're not expendable, and they shouldn't get fired. They won't get fired. And are teachers going to lose their 10 days? Ida.
What 10 days? Are they talking about their regular sick leave days or
sick leave days?
No.
No.
They will still get their regular days, and they will still have the 10 days from the Response Act.
What about those who contract the virus and then get it on the second wave? This is only the first wave. See, that is the issue. That is a concern, Nelda. That a lot of our teachers out there are going to, spend all their 80 hours, then maybe another 40. We don't know what the 40 hours even entail. Then have to go into their 10 hours and then have to go into their 75% FMLA stuff. That is our concern. Our concern is that a lot of the funds that are coming in are not being used or not going to be used for what is in the best interest of our teachers, our staff, and everybody else out there. That is a big, big concern. And you are 100% correct. Right? Erasmo, you look very handsome today.
Hey, Massive.
Call me. Love you. Joe Rodriguez, seriously, I think that there are other ones that were brought for H1N1. Yeah. Vero, are you okay, Vero?
The names are funny, sir.
You're as red as your shirt. My goodness gracious. All I see is red. Cállate. Chica. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Can BIZ employees report Gutierrez to the health department in case they technically forced to return, endangering others? I guess you could report them, but again, take into consideration that the health department is backlogged like 2 months. Will they take any action? I doubt it. So if I'm exposed and I have to self-quarantine, am I going to get paid? Then if I get infected, does that mean I already used the days? I'll let you take that one.
But again, it goes back to you are only entitled to the 10 days from the Response Act. And then after that, if you have to continue to be out, let's say you just quarantined the first time, and then you were able to return to the workplace or to work, then that's fine. And then later, if you do contract the virus and you have to be out, you only get the remainder of what's left through the Response Act, which is the remaining 10 weeks, but at 2/3 of the pay. And now, if you have your own sick leave, you are entitled to use that.
But if they're self-quarantining and still able to work from home, they should not have to use days, correct?
That is correct. And that's why we always recommend if they're up for being able to work remotely, go ahead and send an email that you are requesting to work remotely, because sometimes a lot of the people that are having to self-quarantine are able to work.
Awesome. What illegal thing did you do for the feds to force you to resign? Absolutely nothing. I was not forced by anyone to resign. Not forced by anyone to resign, much less the feds. Charlie, let me tell you something. I was the one that walked into the feds, to the FBI headquarters. I walked in there February, 3 months after getting elected, and produced evidence against your sister, against Drew, and against Prissy. Yeah, Charlie, it was me. And you know why I'm so open about saying it? Because I have absolutely nothing to hide, unlike your sister, unlike Prissy, unlike Drew, and unlike Laura Perez Reyes, Charlie. So, hey, man, I think tomorrow or the 30th, your sister's going to be in court. She might just get picked up for actually having her ugly little butt sitting out there in a chair at the board meeting, Charlie. That'll be interesting. So if I'm exposed and I have to self-quarantine, am I going to get paid? Then if I get infected, does that mean I already used up the days?
I think that's the same question.
Why can't we just do the semester virtually? All of your ladies going to fight. Thank you for calling me a lady, me too. Going to fight to get us a semester of teaching. This lady is fighting for the whole semester to be virtual. And, you know, I'm going to stop wearing a tie, because maybe the tie is making me look a little bit more feminine than I really am. Me too. Come on, me too. Ladies, we're fighting, right?
Until it's safe.
Oh,
we need full disclosure of the plan. Right now, it's sad to say that there is no protocols in place for what to do when there is a positive case, or what the custodians or other classified staff are supposed to do when they come across an exposed person, or things like that. I mean, like I said, we're 4 months into this. We should already have that. We see where not every department or every campus is treated the same when there is a positive case there. So that's unacceptable.
Good. Will teachers be provided equipment, virtual teaching, cameras, laptops, or they have to buy their own?
I did get a question on that. We're going to clarify on that. That's a question that we have to get with administration on.
I 100%. There is no data shows the kids do get COVID, because this happened while we were on spring break vacation. We also kept kids out of school for the remainder of the year, but we ran into summer for the kids. Kids have not been in school all. Hence, there is no data to support their statement that kids don't get sick. Well, actually, Lily, the data that we do have shows that limited number of kids going onto campus, you know, come out positive. Because we did have positives in our students that came from the strength and conditioning, and also band students. So yeah, you're right. Students shouldn't be going back on campus. Menos ahorita. DeVos is notoriously evasive when testifying in front of Congress. Yeah, she's an idiot. Idiot. I don't understand what socialization they think the students will be having when they're going to have to follow strict social distancing rules. None. And you know, that's one of the things, like, oh, they need social distancing because it's a formation. They need socializing. They're not going to be socializing, guys. They're going to be socializing on their damn phone. Look it. Papa is upstairs and I'm down here. You think I walk my butt upstairs to go talk to Papa? No, I call him on the damn phone. I call him on the phone. Students, they call each other. They're across the table, across the lunch thing, and they're calling each other on the damn phone, texting each other, sending TikToks and TikToks. TikTok, 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 TikTok. They're right next to each other, and they're on their damn phone. So don't tell me they're socializing. You tell them, Janie. Thank you for representing. Great points. Thank you. We're almost at an hour and a half, and I got to run because it's curfew. Vero, any last words?
I just want to let everybody know that AOBE is here for you. We're working really hard. We have a lot of calls coming in with concerns. We have a lot of messages coming in our Facebook. We had a lot of emails coming in. If we, by any chance, are a little bit delayed, please feel free to contact us again. Like I said, we're backlogged with issues and concerns coming from our members. And if you're interested in joining, send us a message on Facebook. We're going to be fighting as much as we can for you guys. And just know that anything that happens or any concern you give, we do. It is anonymous. Okay, we respect that for you guys.
Thank you, Ida.
Again, I say to continue to hang in there. I know this is a very difficult time that we're all going through, and these are the things that we stay up at night worried about when we continuously see people getting ill and passing away on a daily basis. So, we send out our condolences to all these people going through that difficult time, and also our prayers to the families that are also having to go through this, because the families of all those people in the hospital, it's the most difficult time for them as well. So, hang in there and, don't lose the faith that things can turn around. And we're going to continue to be here for you. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. I know I did see the message from Manny, and he had said to contact him. He wanted to sign up. I couldn't find him on Facebook. I'm sorry. So he can call our office if he wants at 621-3010. And I apologize, Manny, I couldn't find you on Facebook.
I do want to say one more thing. For those families that have lost a loved one that are employees with BISD, we know that it's hard. Please reach out to us through Facebook Messenger, and if we can help guide you in any way, we'll do our best to help you.
Thank you, Frankie. Last words.
Want to say thank you very quickly to our friend Raul for sending us the weather update. We're gonna have some rain for this weekend, so make sure everybody stays safe, because we are expected to get quite a few rain. These past couple days, past week, they've been pretty very surreal. We know death is common, but lately all we've been hearing from Hidalgo and Cameron County is deaths in the double digits, in the 20s, 30s, and it's very alarming. It hit close to home whenever one of my friends passed away, and it's very sad. You would think that a district with many employees, 6,000 employees, the size of BISD, would think twice about sending the teachers back to campus. Unfortunately, again, these past couple of days, we've had 3 or 4 BISD employees lose their lives. We have yet to hear from the superintendent. He has yet to either issue a press conference, a news release, or even reached out to the families. If he has, I apologize beforehand. But that's what leaders do. Leaders show compassion. Leaders make sure that those under them understand, you know, the circumstances that they're going through, and the families would appreciate that a lot more. There's so much wrong that is going on with the district. I hope to be a board trustee so I can be an advocate for our community. I hope that individuals along with me on that board are able to take decisions necessary during critical times like these. You know, this is the time where leadership should shine. It's unfortunate that the individuals on this board currently have not done so. I know that the community has had enough. It is only in November. I wish we could do something now, but our hands are tied. I challenge each and every one of you watching, listening, to make a change. And I know we use that word so common, but change is needed more now than ever. We are in the middle of a crisis. We're in the middle of a tsunami, as Dr. Eder Hernandez had mentioned a couple days ago. And BISD is, we'll see you back in a couple weeks. Is that the expectations that we want for our leaders? Is that what we want for our students? I know it's not. Together, we can bring the proper change necessary in order for us as a community to thrive, to be safe, and to progress. Thank you so much for your time, ladies, and thank you so much, world, for listening.
If I may, Erasmo, real quick.
Yeah, go.
Also, we are going to be launching live shows as well in order to be able to keep our members updated as to what's going on. You know, like Vero mentioned, it's hard to keep up with the call volume and answer every single member as much as we do try. So we are going to be doing a weekly show as well to keep our members informed as to what's going on and their rights as far as returning back to the workplace. So follow our page for more information. So we hope to be able to see you all there.
Competition is good.
Uh-oh.
It's always encouraged.
It's okay. It's okay.
But we're not selling cookies at Erasmo. We're not selling cookies.
Okay. Well, then we're okay. Then I'm okay.
We would know not to go on the 9 o'clock slot. Okay.
I appreciate that. Hey guys, to all my community out there, I did spend a big old chunk of the day going out to be in the community, and I got a dino mask with a shield.
How cute!
Oh,
I love this, and the reason you can't see some of these dinosaurs because they're green. I have a green screen. I love it. Thank you, my friends, for that. I also got some nothing bun cakes. I got the lemon raspberry today. Thank you to my friends who brought it over. Delicious. It really is really, really very, very good. I literally ate the whole thing. I ate the whole bun cake. It was a small one.
What flavor was it?
Huh?
What flavor?
It was lemon. It was lemon raspberry. Look, here's the proof. I have it in my trash can. But it was lemon raspberry. Let me tell you guys, this thing, nothing but cakes. Nothing but cakes. Guys, it's up there at Pablo Quisel. Try it. It's got good stuff. It really is good stuff. I really enjoyed it. So thank you to my friends who delivered it today. Guys, y'all have been very, very good to me. And I'm very, very grateful. Keep on being good to me, please. It makes me happy. So please keep on bringing the food. Keep on bringing the snacks. I got some of these that were expired, but I appreciate getting them. Such is life, guys. Guys, please, again, make sure that you're out there, helping your neighbors out, anyone else that is in need. Guys, continue to fight for what's right. Continue to fight for each other. Continue to callar el hocico a people like Charlie Atkinson and Laurita La Exploradita and all these other people. Guys, we're so close to getting rid of all of them. So close to getting rid of all of them. It's only a couple of months away. And you'll never, ever have to hear from these Atkinsons, these Lauritas, these Minervas ever again. It's up to you. And I don't want just you to go out there and vote. I want you to make your list and take your family, your friends, and take them to the polls. Take them to the polls. I want to see numbers like we've never seen before come out of BISD. Like never before. Guys, stay safe. Practice social distancing as much as possible. Guys, be good to each other, and please continue to be good to me. I deserve it.